So hopefully the Hangout on is now live, apparently. Way! So just wait for someone in the chat to tell us if we're working. Oh, Doc Farmer's in Chicago.
Oh, right.
Apparently. Hey. Right, so hopefully, Turquoise Rose in the chat still covers it's all working.
Oh, volume down.
Oh,
that's me.
Doc Farmer's in Chicago.
Oh, right.
Oh, see, this is what happens. I've got monochromatic light sources with me, and he's ruining everything already.
Hello, Roddy. I'm just trying to kill my sound. Is that better?
Yeah.
Right. Hello, Roddy.
Anymore. Yeah. We'll be here after Riders. Oh, I didn't know Riders Dinosaur had a premiere. I thought he normally does in the afternoon. Damn Rider of Dinosaurs. Hi, Jen Morgan. So, yeah, I just thought I'd have a bit of a play on YouTube tonight. Oh, here he is.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just popping in, but I'm going to mute because I'm walking to the shop still. But, you know, I'll be with you shortly.
What are you buying us?
Fucking beer, mate.
Cheers.
Yay.
Oh,
cheers, my man. See, I'm
Good
a little
evening,
bit
Jack.
behind on that.
And good evening, everybody in the chat.
Oh,
Good
and there's
evening.
a Casual Spaceman as well. Oh, we got a good few of them, turned out. I'm quite chuffed at that. Considering I've done about 5 different links today, I'm quite chuffed at that.
I haven't even got round to sharing it yet. Who's joining us tonight anyway?
I have no idea, mate. It was just let's do some bits, and so we've got monochromatic light sources with me at the moment. And then
I didn't know that was you, mono.
Just call me Mono, and it'll be easier.
Yeah, now I know. Now I put a face to the name.
Yeah.
I've seen you fucking comment on a few of my videos when I fucking call these wankers, but there you go.
You do a very good job, and that's why you get the support, because that's what they are.
I think wankers is a bit polite, at least wanking purpose.
Yeah.
They deserve that shit. But listen, guys, I'm just going to drop out for 10 minutes until I get back home. Then I'll be with you.
Cool beans. Shall see you soon, Squire.
Cool.
All right, sweet.
So I think we are all set up. We could have a couple of people join us if need be. That wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, this may be a boring stream because it's just a bit of a play. Oh, Canadian Thomas is here. But I need to let him talk. I have it set that he can't talk until I approve.
If you let him talk, we won't get a fucking urgent word in edgeways when that fucking big brash Canadian gets going, mate.
Oh God, everyone's presenting. Right, I need to figure out. I'm playing here, and I need to figure out how I do this. Right, no, that's not it. Oh God, what have I done?
Jim Bojo's in the house. Make some fucking noise.
Hi, Jimbo.
Yes.
Well, you can tell you've got that voice meter. No, I'm thinking more of Canadian Thomas because he doesn't come through as the loudest person in the universe anymore.
No, but
it's quite good. Fair play. I've also shared
good
control
as well.
with you, Canadian.
You sound good too, Jim Bojo. Fucking hell, man. You sound like you should be the same size as fucking Gigantor with that voice, mate. Oh, fucking hell now. Only dumb fuck flatter, dumbass wank spanners.
Oh, Gareth's in the chat. I didn't actually have anything planned to talk about. I was thinking of doing a live debunk, and then I was like, "Can I be asked?" Because I did have a video all set for tonight, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll put this video out." And I was watching it back, and I thought, "I've made a couple of mistakes. I really need to change them." Right, we'll change them this afternoon. And I thought, I can't be asked, so we'll remove the video. We'll do a live thing. I'll do it live. And I was like, "Yeah, that'll do." And now I can't be asked to do it, so I'll just redo the video for tomorrow. But the main reason that I noticed the mistakes is it's because bloody Bob the Science Guy did the same video this morning. I'm like, oh, fuck. So, and of course, he does it a lot.
Mate,
yeah,
but
so I might leave the video for a week.
you shouldn't let that worry you, because we're all different, and so like he'll do his style and then you'll tear the ass out of it in your style, so it
Well,
don't matter.
funnily enough, this video, because I know the area, I thought I'm going to go a bit more sciencey with this. I actually got the advanced curve calculator out. I was doing the heights, the distances. So I did it sciencey, but with piss take as well. I was like, well, fuck, Bob's done proper sciencey. He's done it a lot better than I have. And I just look fucking stupid in comparison. So I thought, well.
Well, do you know, the funny thing is, like, the past couple of days I've been sort of planning on doing, instead of just keep ranting all the time, I thought, I'm going to do a nice debunk and be a bit more level-headed. Then I come across that fucking twat who's teaching his kid flat Earth, and then that fucking prick. And I'm sorry, but I couldn't be normally, level-headed. It wound me up so much, I ended up fucking ranting again anyway, so...
Wouldn't expect anything else.
Well, no. I think I said to someone in a comment section somewhere, it was like, perhaps these wankers just wind me up so much that that's just the way it is now,
I'm still waiting for your collab jump monkey you wanted me to do.
Oh, mate, yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that won't be for a week or so.
Oh, that's fine then.
Yeah, there's no rush. I did say to you, it wouldn't be a rush on it. It would be a question of like, I'll get round to that. I'm first and foremost, I'm now, which I wanted to do for a long time, working with Sean Hawkins, and
very cool.
we are going to take down his bitch, Danny Pratt. And we are going to get, and we are going to get together all the fucking most stupidest things he said on video, all together in one 15, 20-minute video, and we are going to destroy that guy. And we're going to do. No. He won't be able to take more than 10 minutes of it, mate. But the thing is, I'm waiting on Sean to give me a hey Danny, we're coming for you, you prick, or whatever. And I'm going to do a promo, and then I'm not going to put it on my channel. I'm going to premiere it on Sean's channel, because we really want Danny Pratt in the room when it's happening. You know what I mean? Exactly. So yeah, we are gonna, and I've sort of half written my script of what I want to say for the promo video before we do the main thing, and it is going to be coined as, Daniel Pratt will not come back from this kind of thing. This is the end of him. He will be fucking destroyed after this.
I've got to ask, does everyone do scripts apart from me?
I never
did scripts.
I never used to, mate, but I don't write a script and go by it. It's kind of a loose script just so I can prompt myself and know not to forget things, because I found myself, going a little bit freestyle and then looking back at my videos and thinking, I wish I'd said that, or I should have said that. So now, by scripting it, you just get that little bit extra in, and I think it works for me anyway, So,
yeah, Jack, they always came across as being very coherent.
Unlike them flat fucks.
Yes. Well, they were doing the chat on. Lily was doing those bits on density is a force and everything else.
Yeah.
So I kept pointing out that if density is a force, volume's got to be a force as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Then he went. Yeah. So he's done Henry's law. He's done Dalton's law. He's done Charles's law, and it all sums up in the fact that he's done Cole's law. A word salad.
Christ almighty. Well, that guy, I mean, I was only talking about him at when I was in the they call it like the after show of Jose's show yesterday, and we were talking about him, and I was saying about how he tries to sound smart with like technical word salad, talking about independent variables, and it's like, mate, you haven't even fucking got past the sunset, mate. You know what I mean? Until you can explain the sunset, forget all that shit, because you fall flat on your face at the first hurdle.
Yes, they do tend to. They need some new horizons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if their Earth was flat, it would be a horizon, but they
Curve horizon.
That's what I mean.
As soon as I heard need new horizons, I instantly thought of Phuket word.
Yeah.
Gigantor. That's like this. Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening, dislaters and debunkers. Oh, Jim's left.
He'll be back.
I had to restart mine.
Worse than mine.
Yeah, mine went all buggery there. I had to restart, and then everything was fine.
Turquoise was just saying, was there supposed to be someone else? So obviously you weren't coming through very clear. So very odd. But then it's my shitty internet. But it's nice to see you all here anyway. It's like, yay!
Great to be here.
So,
Fucking oath, man. Too right. I'm just, I keep pausing because I'm still walking back from the shop. So I don't know if there's cars going by. Please.
If you've had a drink, you've got a perfect. If you've had a drink, you've got a perfect excuse. If you get stopped by the law, I had to drive, officer. I couldn't walk in this state.
Exactly. Nah, I'm not driving. Yeah. I finished with my drink driving back when in my 20s.
I learned
20
hard
years
way.
ago. I learned not to drink drive, especially when I get caught.
I learned the hard way. I took a taxi home at Christmas, and it was still on the drive 3 days later.
I was going to say there'll be a joke about that somewhere.
Yeah.
There's always a joke somewhere with us lot, that's for sure.
Well, ain't that the truth, man?
Most of the videos we do are a joke, so let's be fair.
Exactly.
His name's Danny Pratt. He's not in the chat.
Oh yeah, but I don't think it's going to be much of a joke for Danny Pratt when I'm finished with him, because I am going to unleash. You know, I've been pretty calm until now, but that guy needs a right good kicking, so he's getting it.
Well, I tried to leave a comment on one of his videos the other day. I think Turquoise Laura did as well, Jimbo. I think all of us did, to be fair. And he's got all his comments set to filtered, so they don't come up straight away. He's got to approve every single comment. And, of course, if it doesn't inflate his ego, they obviously don't get fucking approved, do they?
Wouldn't that be...
He did that on mine for a while, and he wouldn't show my replies to it. My replies, they were quite good. And of course, yeah, you don't see him anymore. But,
wouldn't that be called pulling an orphan red?
Absolutely.
Oh, don't mention that.
I only ever got one comment from Danny Pratt, and that was when I'd done a video on him probably about 3.5 months ago, and he commented, and my reply destroyed him so much he's never come back. It was something like, yeah, if you believe gravity was real, you'd be stuck to my balls and sucking my balls. So I replied with, well, I'm sorry to have to disappoint you, Mr. Daniel Pratt, but I don't go that way. I'm strictly into ladies. So as much as you'd like a dandy looking lad like me sucking your balls, it's not going to happen.
We've got our first question of the night.
He ain't come back since.
Yeah, we've got our actual first question of the night.
Oh.
So Otto von Skidmark, opinion on
brilliant name,
really, isn't it? It is a great name. Opinion on crop circle nutters. Seen a couple of new ones. Aliens. At least they believe in space. Which, yeah, fair play. At least they believe in space. So,
of all the conspiracies that are out there, crop circles is one of the ones that you can at least stomach if it's on TV and you're kind of like doing something and just looking over, because, you know, some of the geometric little shapes and stuff going on are kind of cool to look at. But
they're gone.
Well, I didn't really have anything else because it was just going to be a downward spiral into madness, right?
Well, that's what I thought. And some of them, they are brilliant, but it's amazing how when they first come out, they were just a circle. But like, obviously now people have practiced with their plank and 2 bits of string. They've got better at it. You know, it's like practice makes perfect. So that's why now, going back in the 80s when you started seeing them, they were just circles. Now they're elaborate paintings. Yeah. So anyone out there who's got a crop and wants a circle, I'll have a pop at it. I'm not saying I'm going to do a good job, but I'll bring me plank and me string. and I'll fucking stamp you down some circles. Yeah, yeah. That's the funny thing about these fucking people that get sucked into these rabbit holes, and then you've got the people going, "No, honestly, it's not a conspiracy. I made them circles. No, you didn't. No, it can't be true because such and such, because of things and because of reasons. So you must have been in bed when that happened." No, I wasn't in bed. I was there stomping down the fucking crops, you knob. No. You must have been asleep because it just happened there and then overnight. It just appeared. Oh, you twat.
Well, to be fair, there was that big explosion of it in about 2001. Of course, I was still more of a kid then. And I did actually believe all this crap. And I had a big A4 ring binder folder. Not the little ones, the big fucking with the dog clips and everything. And I filled that full of crop circle stuff, Roswell. I was really into this shit. But then the problem was, the more I looked into it, the more I thought, most of this is bollocks. Which is really depressing when you're about 15 years old and you go, oh.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know
once
what
once you grasp the speed of light and the distances involved, it all just comes crumbling down because it's just, it's like, damn. yeah.
But
it's incredible distance, isn't it?
Oh.
It's a metric fuck ton of distance. I know that.
It's fucking long. I wouldn't fucking walk it. That's for sure.
Not in your state.
No, man. I'm just about making it back from the shop.
Right, Canadian Thomas, can I just get a mic check?
Yep. Do you hear me?
I can hear you. It's just for the stream. Jim Bojo, mic check. And monochromatic.
Hello, debaters and debunkers.
Just saying, audio is all over the place.
That was good.
Everyone working.
You haven't checked me out yet, have you?
Good.
The thing is we're relying on Alphabet's Google product Hangouts to work with Alphabet's Google product YouTube, and God forbid it actually works. I mean, what the hell are we asking of life?
Everyone's saying they couldn't hear Jim Bojo. They're saying they can't hear you. No,
I can hear you.
Weird.
Yeah, just say, open your fucking ears, jackass.
But then your logo isn't as bright as the other people's either. I know. I bet I know what I've done. Let's go. Let's hit no on that. Just pop out. I don't think I've muted you.
Barman.
Yes.
Look-a-Pig says check Discord, and he left a list so that you can see who they can hear and not hear.
Oh. Just a look on Discord.
That sounds like it.
Seems to be the way. Right. I don't know why these trolls are here. I don't say this troll. No, don't say this here. Yeah, apparently, looking at that, we can see Canadian Thomas. We can't see. They can't even see you, Jim.
I can see Jim. I could just see his hand and one glass.
Yeah.
Refresh your page because Google's playing some tricks on you, man.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause for a second and I'm going to share this link around everywhere I know and see if we can get some people in here, innit?
Oh,
Spaceman was wanting the link. Spaceman wants the link.
I meant the link to the channel. Not the chat.
I shall find the link.
So can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
I can see you too.
Room. Oh, that's
you can see me too.
Right, where's Casual Spaceman? There he is. Casual Spaceman.
Here's Jim Bojo. Dinosaur says he can see him. Spaceman says can't see or hear Jim Bojo. Pig says Jim Bojo's on. So yeah, Jim Bojo's good.
Obviously taking the piss.
So I can't say the C word anymore then. Damn it. Never mind.
Okay, so let's move forward.
Right,
yeah,
I actually have some questions. Still here? No, he's not. Okay. And then we got a question off Forrest Fiffer. Did you see Bob's Super Noodle Doodle and the fiber optic gyro proving rotation? I think everyone's done that, haven't they?
Yeah. It was good fun though.
It wasn't a gyroscope, was it? It was an attitude indicator on an aircraft that he'd got.
Oh, has he done something else as well?
No. It wasn't a ring laser. It was a fiber optic.
Yeah.
That was the old one. This is a new one that he was posted only this afternoon.
I see.
Red Frederick and Sean Hawkins looked into it, and it was something to do with the attitude indicator of an aircraft, which was showing the 3-axis of an aircraft in pitch, yaw, and roll. And he was trying to prove that alone indicated that the Earth was a toroid, and it got worse from then on.
Donut Earth, the latest conspiracy.
Yes.
Nice.
But the ring gyro just shows the rotation of the Earth. And if you remember the presentation that Bob the Science Guy did about a mechanical gyro compass, they're something completely different from a magnetic compass. The magnetic compass points to the magnetic North Pole, and the gyro compass is aligned to the true north of the rotation of the planet. And that's how it works slightly different.
I posted a video a while ago on one of the Discord rooms, and it was a bloke, and he basically made himself a gyro compass. And it's a real shame because his channel now is all game stuff. But there was these 3 videos where he started with a basic gyro compass. He said, right, I need to make this a bit better. Then about 3 weeks later, he said, this is version 2 of my gyro compass. And then 2 weeks later, here's version 3 of my gyro compass. And it was a perfect. He had the weight spinning. And but for fuck's sake, he's basically built this shit out of Meccano.
You can build a gyro compass very, very easily. It's not difficult to build one. Most of us know from our school days about the Wheatstone gyro, which is the one with a piece of string that you pull to set it spinning, and that goes round and round. If you took that and put it on a pole and pointed it at a star, and you could keep it spinning for long enough, so you'd need an hour at least, that would continue to point at the star as the Earth rotated underneath it, showing your 15 degrees of rotation.
Yeah.
That's all a bit too scientific, isn't it, for some people?
No. I think this is the right crowd for that. But, maybe not for them.
Cool.
That's what I meant.
Jen Morgan says, he said the 3-axis were moving because of the toroidal shape electromagnetic vortex formed by the ether. Michelson proves it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I've never had a word salad so rich and sumptuous and diverse in its language. Wow.
Cole's law again.
Yeah, right. Cole's law. Absolutely.
I'm waiting for them one day to come up with something that, it was actually the Force. Those movies are like, telling you something. Because, we're hearing, what's that one about the guy in the dome?
Christoph from The Truman Show.
Yeah, we're hearing that so much. I'm surprised they don't go to Star Wars and the Force now.
Mark Sargent used to bang on about that as well, didn't he?
It's only a matter of time in the galaxy.
How's it going, Spaceman?
Hey.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I was having a nice quiet evening with the missus watching Rain Man, and my notification popped on that you're on, and then you twats appear, and I can't resist.
Pleasure to see you.
At least abuse you a little bit, at least.
That's a good one.
Well, you look a lot better than you did when you was laying in bed the other day, man.
No, that was
like crap. Yeah, I turned out a bit of a sympathy thing, but it wasn't meant to be. It was really just meant as a message because I made some promises about what I was going to do on my channel on certain days, and I couldn't keep them. So everybody's like sending me these really nice messages, but it wasn't meant to be like that. But it was like, oh God, I'm going to have to delete that video. I think I look like shit.
I promise
thing
to
is,
do
though,
nothing.
you do have.
Go on, Muck.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Sometimes you do plan to do things. It's like I've had things in the pipeline. I'm saying I'm going to do something, and then it's just like it just doesn't happen. And and I just think, fuck it. you know,
melts away.
Yeah, well, the thing is that when I promise to subscribe to something and then I don't do it, it's kind of like it's a bit of a letdown for them. So I've got to explain why, at least, anyway. So, here, Jut, you've got a new fan. You know that?
Is your missus?
Yeah.
Oh dear. I think she hasn't seen a picture of him.
Yeah, she don't know what I look like.
I haven't seen the real him yet, and I'm not sure I want to because he sounds fucking ugly as fuck.
I'm even uglier in the
To be fair,
flesh, mate.
Yeah, Spaceman, it's worse than you can think.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, three feet between the eyes, a nose like a fucking molehill. Like, oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, but at least my asshole isn't nestled beneath my nose.
Oh,
well, no, but let's be fair, Chipmunk. You've had it from behind so many times it's prolapsed. That was a bit ooh.
And it's nice. It's nice to see a face with monochromatic. He appears in my some of my chats sometimes and stuff, and he was there.
He's everywhere, to be fair.
And he's not as ugly as I thought he was going to be. So nice to put a face to it. I'm joking.
I think he's the better looking one out of all of us. So
probably the oldest one.
Maybe.
Yeah.
See, where's Logical when you need him? He would battle you for the oldest.
Yeah, I'm close, I bet.
It's funny though because you chat to people in chat and you have no idea where they come from, and then when you actually speak to hear their voice or whatever, and it's like, oh shit, you're from England. I thought you were an Aussie or fucking American or something. It's like, oh, you're just from down the road, right? Or something like that.
I bet Canadian Thomas isn't Canadian at all. I bet he lives in fucking London or somewhere like that, Bradford or something like that. I reckon.
No, man, I'm an Irishman. What are you thinking?
I was Irish.
Yeah.
You live just down the road from me.
Could be worse. You could be Welsh.
You know where they built the DeLoreans. My place was there. That was literally my spot.
That's not a million miles where I live, actually, where they built DeLorean. Not a million miles away.
You can still buy a DeLorean.
Yeah,
well, you could, but that's kind of like buying a Reliant Robin.
If you're going
if you want to go back to the future, you'll need one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
they're a bit unreliable, though, aren't they?
Because they are a terrible car.
It's a fake. Yeah, they're famous car.
We've got a few of you talking at once. Take some time, lads. Right.
I can't.
Right. Spaceman was trying to ask something.
Was I?
I don't know.
No, I was just saying the DeLorean's an awful car. It was dreadful, but it was one of the biggest flops there ever was. But it's so famous, everybody wants one.
I know, they're junk. They're literally they're just awful, but they just have that cool Back to the Future thing going. Otherwise, no one would care.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have one.
Well, exactly. If it wasn't for Back to the Future, no one would have fucking heard of them.
No, true. Oh wait,
a bit like the Teslas. That's now in space, isn't it?
Oh
yeah.
No, right?
We had a customer pull in the car park with a Tesla about 2 weeks ago. I was out having a fag and I was like, look, that looks fucking lush. Fair play. He was from Europe. I can't remember which country he was. He said, oh, do you want to go for a drive in it? I said, yeah. He said, well, there's the key. You drive. I was like, I am not driving a 70-odd grand car. Thank you very much. On the wrong side of the road.
Especially when I've had 10 pints.
No, to be fair, it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I only had 6. He took me for a spin in it. And we're coming along the road outside my pub, and he's doing 30, 40 kilometres. Like, yeah. Right, the road's clear in front of me. I can see now. He put his foot down. I physically went back into the seat, and he was suddenly doing 110 kilometres an hour, going, Weow! Like, oh, okay then.
And how many miles did you get before it broke down? Because apparently they're supposed to be notoriously fucking unreliable.
Well, he's driven it from mainland Europe. He was on his way. He'd come from Scotland. He'd been up to Scotland, coming back through England, through Wales, He'd nipped to Bristol for some reason, then come back up to Hereford, and he hasn't broken down at all. But he got a 20-30 odd grand subsidy for buying it as well.
Yeah, well, Tesla were having some reliability problems, but they've actually got it now, and they're doing a lot of good. I'll tell you what, guys. I mean, from what Tesla have actually achieved and what Elon's actually achieved in terms of sort of battery power and how long they last and speed and reliability and all the rest of it, the future for electric cars is looking bright, and it's going to be probably the only car you'll get on the market in not too distant future.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, here in the UK,
AB's here.
So far behind on electric cars compared to mainland Europe. Because they are really pushing it forward. I mean, I think America's worse behind. I must actually say hello to AB Science. He's been here for about 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Hello.
How are you doing, man?
Yeah, not bad. So
AB, you got
all over the place doing lots of different things.
What's your?
You got to switch that icon to the new guy.
Oh yes, I should. Really, shouldn't I?
We could camera. We could let everyone see our ugly faces. I am. I mean, I'm wearing the best shirt in the world, but still.
Mine's an
I'm
avatar.
on the system where it's buried, so.
Oh, it's gone quiet.
I'll change it later.
Robert saying America is number one. Yeah, as long as the number one is for number of people who can't read, number of people
incarcerated, teen pregnancy,
prison,
lowest literacy
number
rate,
of gun deaths per year.
Indeed.
I've just had a thought about that Tesla car.
Oh dear.
Yeah, well, think about it. We haven't got enough power stations if everybody buys an electric car to run the damn things.
Actually, the one. Sorry.
No, go.
The one thing that still scares me about electric cars, which are battery powered rather than say hydrogen generated, is that the fire that you get from the battery. You put it out, it comes back to life. You put it out, it comes back to life. And I was talking to GeoStreamer about that actually, and he was saying, "Well, look, they're much better now. The quality they put them is equivalent to a modern phone, and that happens very, very rarely." And I was like, "Yeah, but." A mobile phone won't pin me upside down in it at the bottom of a ravine. And so that's probably the thing that frightens me most, because the fire suppression system's not going to do dick. It'll put it out, and then 20 minutes later, your legs will be on fire.
Well,
that's Jimbo. I think you said the key, though. Jimbojo said the key, hydrogen. The electric car needs a much smaller battery if it has a hydrogen generating little station thing going on inside of it, and then everything can go back to normal. You can just fill your car up quick and keep going, and away you go.
They can generate hydrogen off site. Sorry,
we can do that nowadays. You just go to a gas station, fill up, and drive off.
You got nothing to remember as well, Jimbojo. That's what they actually said about the internal combustion engine when that first started. Everybody was scared because the internal combustion engine, the modern engine, that's what they said, to replace water. Oh, it's going to explode, it's going to blow up, and we're all going to die. That's what they said.
Well, I've got to think now, with how wireless charging technology for phones is coming out, how long before they put that in the roads? Because they do have that in mainland Europe areas where they'll drop down a little thing which will pick up for the trucks. It doesn't actually pick up the connection through direct contact. It's all wireless.
You're talking about bumper cars, basically, Dodgems of Europe.
This just became an episode of Top Gear.
Why not? Hey, the new Top Gear is apparently really good.
I would say the future is going to be hydrogen because it's still electric cars, it's still clean, but all it kicks out is water. And basically, Canadian Thomas nailed it, right? People want a car. They're not bothered
about our
the
infrastructure.
efficiency. If it's a bit less efficient as a vehicle, that's fine. If it's still cheap to fill, then you can do it in 5 minutes. And if you can make the hydrogen on site with the infrastructure we already have, you basically plug in and electrolyze, then you're better off.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. To keep it in a liquid state, doesn't it need to be really, really freaking cold? Am I wrong?
No, just high enough pressure. So the fuel
pressure.
tank has to. And of course, you get leaked with hydrogen. There's no seal in the world that's going to stop it getting out entirely. So over 6 months, your tank will empty on its own. But that's a minimal issue, really.
So, AB, what are the problems with hydrogen-powered cars? What are the issues with that? You could probably answer this.
As far as I can tell, I haven't really looked at it so much, but it's the splitting of the water It's splitting of the water molecules, which is a very energy-intensive process. And then, you do have to store hydrogen. But to be honest, I haven't really looked at it too much. The issue with kind of the electricity storage, like, it's the same with electric cars. Like, all of these things are fantastic, but if the power generation method is not sustainable, then your car is not going to be sustainable. Right. So it's all great driving Teslas, but if that power is generated by burning coal, you may feel smug about yourself, but you're not exactly saving the planet.
Yeah, well, that's what I always say too. It all depends on the power, and can the infrastructure support all electric cars? Like, I don't think it's possible at the moment.
Not just that, but it was something that Jeremy Clarkson said, like, about the Prius. It might be an electric car, but the carbon footprint to float them fucking batteries over from Japan.
If you can drive your car for more than 150,000 miles, then or you buy a car at 150,000 miles and then keep servicing and using it. From that point on, it will continue to have a smaller carbon footprint than most of these new electric cars because they have a shorter lifespan and a bigger footprint of manufacture.
But about that, you hit the nail on the head as well. It's all down to infrastructure. But if you look at mainland Europe, and they're using sustainable energy to a massive degree compared to Britain, and also compared to America as well, is that it is possible. So you can do it if we can switch to sustainable energy. We can do. We'll get to some point. We're going to have to. We're going to have to.
Yes, we're going to have to.
Actually, there is a solution outside of that doesn't require that, which is that you've heard about carbon scrubbers.
Yeah, it's all very well people having cars to drive. That's the easy thing. We can make motorbikes that go 100 and some odd miles an hour. That's not a problem either. But when you want to move large loads like people, lorries and buses, they're not going to be able to travel as far as the conventional diesel engine.
It's going to take much longer to recharge.
And aeroplanes.
Tesla's actually developing a truck at the moment that can go as a standard petrol diesel powered truck.
Well, this is why hydrogen sort of is the perfect solution. Because
the
it gives you an electric vehicle.
But you've still got the hazards of fire and explosion with hydrogen.
Yeah,
it's great.
Exactly.
It's great. It's an environmental thing, but you're carrying a volume of a very volatile gas around with you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, but with the electric cars, you're also carrying something which can have a feedback fire loop. So, I mean, they both have a huge fire risk. And we've been driving cars with a huge fire risk for 100 years. I think we're just over
petrol
that
can
now.
blow up, can't it? You know what I mean? So.
Do you know what? This is a source of a debate. I reckon I should set up a debate about this. This is very subject.
To build on what you said, Spaceman.
Wait a minute, what's the independent variable?
But to build on what Spaceman said, mainland Europe is so far ahead of us in terms of renewable energy.
Oh, way ahead.
Several times in the last 2 years that Germany's electric price varies on how much is made via renewable energy sources. And there was actually several times in the last 18 months alone that electric was in negative pricing. So they would pay you to use electric because so much was generated with renewable sources, whether it be wind, solar, that more was generated by that. So a windy, sunny day, they're fucking getting money for free.
Yeah, then what happens when the wind dies down?
You then pay for electric on other sources.
Don't forget the French count nuclear as renewable.
Solar, hydroelectric, you've got all sorts of different options. It's not just wind.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I've got solar power panels on my boat to charge the battery up, and they really work well. If you leave the boat a week with a flat battery, come back and it's fully charged.
Yeah, you don't need a particularly sunny day to actually for solar panels to actually work. They work better.
I must hope so in the UK.
We could get rain. Like that would be brilliant.
Well, the Barman are like this. Outside our pub, we've got a table. It's actually on top of a bin by the harbour side, and it's a 4 foot by 4 foot plywood square with a 00 railway running round it.
Nice.
Solar powered. And we get that out when the sun shines.
Still in the chat. Garak, are you still there? Pop them in the chat because you'd enjoy that.
But Barman,
think he's
Barman,
gone.
what you were saying about like Europe being like way advanced? When I used to live out in Norway back in 2002, I moved out to Norway, and like they had chip and pin, and even now, like we still don't have like their credit cards and bank cards has your photograph on it. So, you know, so when you get your card from the bank, they take your photograph, and then your card comes through, and it was chip and pin 10 years before we had chip and pin in this country. But even now, I mean, we still don't have the photo, but it even has your photo on the card. So, you know, fraud was really very
that was
difficult.
the funny thing. When I first moved, when I first moved to the UK, you know, I was like, I'm not young. Well, I'm not old enough to remember having to sign for like after paying with card in mainland Europe. But I moved to the UK.
And had to sign.
I was asked to sign, and I was horrified.
Well, same. I mean, when I was coming back from Norway, and I had chip and pin, and I was like, I hadn't even signed my fucking card. So I was like, well, I'll sign. Okay, you know, it didn't, and that come out years later here.
The last 3 cards I've had, I've never signed it, not once. The signature on the back, I haven't signed it once. Never.
Do you know it's not valid? They can actually turn around and say that card's not valid if it's not signed.
I know. No, nobody ever does.
No, they don't. I'll just quickly sign it, mate.
Oh, God.
Just get it rubbed off.
Hey, but you've just made me feel really freaking old, because I remember when I first got my card, it was all you had to sign a quickly bit of paper. So thank you very much. Cheers. Appreciate it.
Do you remember them things?
I remember that in the UK. I just don't remember that in Europe.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
I think you're about to say the same thing I was, like, about the credit card machines.
We used to have bits of paper that you could pass across the bar and buy drinks with. Still do.
Yeah.
Remember checks?
Yeah.
Not the checks.
Yes, I remember checks.
Trying to pass checks in the bar.
Used to take a week to clear,
But do you remember them machines? You used to put your card in the machine, then they used to put the carbon paper on top and slide that thing across.
That's what I was talking about.
And then you get top copies. Yeah, that's it.
I remember before them, if you went to a cash point machine, you had to have some punched cards. And they were the proper punch cards. You buy them, and they had a value up to maybe £20.
Is that
right? You could put that in a machine, in the wall, and get out the cash. This would have been about 1973, sometime around about then.
Yeah, the very first cash machines.
You don't look old enough, man.
13 in 1973.
Oh, you were 13?
I was minus 13.
Oh, right, I was going to say.
Yeah, I was only minus 2.
I was still in nappies.
Well, you can do the maths. I was 11.
Okay. Right, I'm glad I'm not the oldest one here then. That makes me feel a little bit better.
I can remember Blue Smarties.
I was born I was born of the year of Apollo 13, the almost fateful Apollo 13.
And they said, Houston, we've got a problem.
Houston, we've got a problem. Yeah, no, I was born. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Isn't it true that the actual line is, we've had a problem here? I'm sure I've listened to the tape.
Yeah, that is true.
Someone did a video on how it was Parapodolia.
Parapodolia. Have another drink.
You have a problem with that word, don't you, Barman? I remember doing a video and actually pulling up. I remember putting a clip of you saying it because you were like Parapodolia.
I never get Parapodolia right.
You keep seeing it in the chat.
Yeah, there's that, and what's the other one? Oh, what was the video I did today? Oh, Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
Yeah. When it's one, it's a phenomenon, right? Phenomenon. When there's some of them, it's phenomena.
Phenomena.
I have a problem with centenary. Yeah, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, well, we'll just ask the posh Jim Bojo to do all
the... Don't worry, lads.
I
know how to pronounce everything correctly, of course.
You never get to go into a private school,
English.
I think very posh people pronounce house heis for some reason. I can't really.
That's just stupid.
To rhyme with mice, not mouse. So I do live in a house. I live in a heis.
House.
That's right. Sex.
Not even Hyacinth Bouquet would say something like that.
Yes,
Sex.
it's probably
Sex is
only
what
the
you put
queen.
coal in.
Because I'm free of a ducks now, I got called Peter. Sorry, I'm just reading a message here. I'm not sure now whether I should say yes to this. Curve Pimp wants to come in, but he's telling me he's got a strange name.
Well, I mean, Curve Pimp's great, but only if that's him.
Yeah, he's met me on Discord, so.
Well, it doesn't matter if you get porn bombed because you're not exactly monetized at the moment yet, are you? So
Yeah.
No, I'm not, and I don't do many like things, but I'd rather not be porn bombed.
true, yeah.
I can. As soon as he joins, if it looks odd, I'll just.
Yeah, no, he's 100%. He's
No,
100%. He's cool.
Watch it.
As long as that's him.
Curve Pimp actually told me moments before we got onto this stream that he's shortened his name to make it easier. So that is Curve Pimp. He just cut it down a bit to make it easier for everyone.
I know that name now because now you come to think it Curve Pimp. I've seen him everywhere. Actually,
Oh yeah,
Pimp, the
Hentowski, he's a modern
laughing jester.
So.
Did you see his little chat that he put up where he was being really serious?
He's the man keeping the globe eggs safe.
Yeah.
With a lovely little pussycat.
Pig, the link is in Discord.
Did you see his latest video where he's just talking to the camera normally? It's pretty amazing.
Yes.
He just talks about non-sex for 90 seconds, but it's quality. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Ooh, someone mentioned to me that
know,
solicitors involved now.
Oh, please, let's not talk about non-sec. Oh, God.
Well, I only mentioned it
Drama.
because you mentioned it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't normally do drama, but it's obviously escalated more than we expected to have them have actual law professionals involved in this. So
I expected this.
Well,
Steve has legal advice, and Carl's actually got a lawyer, essentially.
Yeah, well, pretty much Carl said literally the day after it all sort of fell apart that he was going to get a lawyer involved because of the financial issues. He's not handing over any money until he's got a lawyer involved. So that's why his lawyer is involved. But there could be more to it. Obviously, Steve's taken another different approach. I don't know.
Well, Steve's just taken legal advice from a lawyer, but who's not his personal lawyer. But Kyle has. There's some question over the person he's using as his lawyer, whether or not there's a conflict of interest because they're like high school buddies or something.
Oh, God.
Go Pimp's here.
Oh, and then drop my crows on. Plot thickens.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hang on, talk again. I want to see what you look like. I've never seen you.
Who's this?
Oh, no, I'll be nice. How's everybody?
Jake Guntor.
Hey, hello, KFM. How's it going, man?
man?
How the little baby globes doing?
Oh, it's gone all quiet.
Who's got?
Apparently, Kirby is Adam Warlock's father.
Don't invite any flirts on, will you, please? Just no flirts tonight.
To be fair, if I'd only invite flirts on if I was doing it through OBS or something like that, where I had a nice delay so I could block somebody the minute they tried to fuck me over with a porn bomb. I don't think anyone would, but it's just in case.
Exactly.
Hey, Pig.
Look a pig.
Hey, Pig. How's it going?
Hey, Pig.
Piggy the excommunicated's here.
Hey, Piggy.
Well, say it then.
What?
Piggy, say something.
He did.
I can't hear him.
He's a long way away.
We've never spoken, man. We work together and we've never spoken.
Have you never spoken to Curve Pig?
No,
I haven't spoken
Pig.
with a lot of people.
I thought we're on about Piggy. That's Piggy, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
Piggy. I don't know who you are on about. This is the wrong pig.
No, we
the pig that you.
No, that's the right pig. Come on now.
We know this. We know this voice. We know the voice.
Yeah, see, I don't know the voice. He could tell me bollocks. It's not Piggy. I don't know.
What voice are you talking about?
Exactly. So good to meet you, man.
Hi.
You do a great job for us.
Oh, he does. To be fair, he's done well. He has done well.
He does
I'm mostly just masturbate in the corner while you guys like talk.
Of course.
Now everybody will be zooming in on the graphic to see.
Yeah, look at Pete masturbates a lot.
But I mean, you're how old are you? You're 20, 21. Look at Pig. That is peak masturbation period in your life, isn't it? So, when you get to your 40s, mate, that slows right down.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things that goes right down, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Take that shit out to play while you can.
That's what Viagra's for.
Yeah. Now it takes a bicycle pump.
Viagra stuck in his throat. He had a stiff neck for a week.
I know. That's old.
It's called Viagra.
Viagra.
Yeah, but the jokes that make you groan are just as good as the ones that make you laugh, aren't they? Come on.
True, yeah. True.
That's what Christmas crackers are for.
Yeah. Have you seen those Viagra eye drops?
They make you look hard.
Yeah, look hard.
Yeah.
These get worse. These gets worse. We need a topic.
What is a Christmas cracker?
Yeah, we got a topic. Viagra.
Those stupid things you pull.
Are we on cracker again?
It's like a cardboard tube. You grab each end and yank it, and it makes a popping sound, and there's a little toy inside. I don't know what you call them in the States.
A
Is
penis.
this like a sexual toy or?
No, just like a yo-yo or some nail clippers or a little puzzle made of a spring and a ring.
On Christmas Day.
Why would you waste? Are these free? Do you like just find them around the store or?
No.
Somebody
you have to
buys
pay
them and
for
hands them out.
And then you also have to pay for a tree to put in your fucking house. So there is a certain amount of bananas to the whole ritual anyway. You know.
Oh no! I'm serious because it seems like it's sort of like breath mints, right? Like how they're always just like you get to take a free breath mint because it's just on the counter, right?
Oh yeah. No, these
Like
you
at a
buy in a
restaurant.
box and take home and hand out at supper time.
Yeah, at the end of the meal, when you're eating your pudding, you'll get the crackers out and you pull it, and there's a little paper crown in it that you put on your head for some reason. A terrible joke for saying every single time, and a shitty little toy.
So that's So it's the thing from RuneScape.
Hang
I don't know.
on.
It's a British tradition at Christmas time.
Right.
Last Christmas, I asked for a Christmas cracker in stockings. You know what I got? A pair of socks and a Ritz biscuit.
You don't have crackers so when you all sit down for Christmas Day, do you not have crackers to pull as presents?
Yeah, we did.
I did.
We did
No, having one then because that's the British.
I get big presents to open for Christmas.
Yeah, don't forget the big meal for them is Thanksgiving, which is only a few weeks before at the end of November. To have two fucking enormous turkey meals in a year is kind of ridiculous. So the meals.
Hold on. You shut up. You don't know what you're speaking of. Christmas dinner.
I have American
is
family.
just as
I've been
big
there
as
now.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh yeah.
Well, do you know what? You can
They got
tell
the 4th
me
of July as well coming up.
That's true.
That's a grill night. That's not a
Here,
dinner.
hold on. Jen Morgan's got a topic.
Yeah, I just
Flat Earth is damaging culture and the internet and is making America a laughingstock around the world.
I think that's just Trump.
But Barman.
We
I
have
have
our
to
own
disagree
Trump.
because Flat Earth isn't also just America. It's around the world.
Yeah.
Look at how many people that are dumb enough to actually watch a Daniel Pratt video and then go to D-Marble and whatnot and then go, yup, I believe it's flat. There's a point to be made here. There is a lot of people that are just shy of functional. We're talking quite clueless about things in life. And yet they make it through. And the internet makes it really easy for them to find and latch on to absolute nonsense and take it to heart and make it theirs.
Yeah.
But do you know?
Yeah, we've got them in the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, that's
I think Jutman wants to say something.
No, I was going to say, in Jose, when I was in Jose's debate today and the after show, I mean, I must have been in it for about 5 hours, and we had one Globe denier on there, and I was trying to ask him, sort of how he's got to flat Earth, and it was pretty much that. It's like, well, you know, I'd done my research and I'd seen some videos and it made sense, and I was like, are you for fucking real? So you literally watched a few YouTube videos and it fucking made sense to you, you know? And the guy was all right, you know, he wasn't like a complete and utter loser. He was just fucking just a loser.
Remember,
but I could not believe that like that was what convinced him. And I was saying to him, but like, aren't you prepared to sort of learn and kind of, you know? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm here to learn. But at the same time, you know, you're just accepting the likes of fucking Daniel Fuckstick Pratt and fucking red pill dumb fuckery. And that's good enough for me, man. I'm sold. The Earth's flat and like space
you
is
have
bollocks.
to understand though that these people vote.
Yeah, but I mean, you know about Anthony Riley. You know, I mean, he said in his who was it interviewed him? Not Ewan Ladd. Wasn't Ewan Ladd? Who was it? Oh, he did an interview. Anyway, he said the reason why he got into flat Earth is because he was staying up late one night. He watched a YouTube video about the flat Earth, and they woke his missus up and said the Earth's flat, and then that was it from then on in.
That's Nathan Oakley.
Oakley.
Yeah.
Right, I get the two mixed up. They're just as stupid as each other.
Yeah, and I'm not being funny, right? But if my missus woke me up and said the Earth is flat, I'd divorce her right there and then. Well, we're not together now anyway, but you know what I mean? Hypothetically speaking,
you better slap her instead of divorce her.
You're going to have to marry her again so you can divorce her.
that would be the only available thing. Like I would accept spousal abuse as if your husband or wife wakes you up in the middle of the night to say the Earth is flat. A backhand is warranted at that point.
Yeah.
yeah. That's probably the only time I'd cross that line. And it wouldn't be out of aggression. It would be to just try and slap some fucking sense back into him.
Pull yourself together.
My wife's punched me in my sleep before now.
I would go right to the notary and get the divorce papers. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, sarcastic. You weren't mumbling about the flat Earth in your sleep, were you?
No, this was before I even did YouTube videos, so no.
He was mumbling about
I was having a dream about one of my exes or something like that.
Oh, even worse.
She woke up and she'd punched me square in the face. I was like, what the fuck? And she'd rolled over and gone back to sleep and didn't have a fucking clue. I woke up and said, what the fuck?
That's
well, you say that, but a little step further. My stepdad woke up pulling my mum off him. My mum was trying to kill him. She was strangling him and he was choking to death, and he woke up and pulled her off and was going, Mary, wake up. She was trying to kill him there and then, and literally was trying to strangle him, you know?
Fucking hell.
I did the same thing, but involved chloroform.
Sleep raging.
So, hang on a second. Right, we've got. I'm in Curve. I don't know anything about you. Some of us probably don't know much about you. Do you want to introduce yourself? Have you got a channel? What's the crack with you? What are you about? And all the rest of it. Tell us your life story in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm Curve Pimp. I got a little channel on YouTube called Curve Pimp. I got a playlist called Baby Glow Bags. It's about 28 videos. They're about 2 minutes long, and it's just there for a chuckle. It's not there to upset anybody. It's just little bit of relaxation mode for me and everybody else who joins in and comments. I enjoy it.
So you just do it for a laugh then, really? Just like
yeah, exactly. My basic way of approaching this is I understand pressure really well, and I come at it from the geometry angle. I suck at trig, but hand me something geometrically or something from perspective, and it's an obvious no-brainer.
Oh, shit, I just realised I am actually subbed to your channel, Curve Pink, whatever, the Laughing Jester.
Henkowski, the Laughing Jester.
Yeah,
it is
that's the one. I realised. Yeah, I'm subbed to your channel, actually. I didn't realise.
Yeah, Curve Pimp is going to make it a lot easier on everyone.
Wait a moment. Casual Spaceman has his camera on.
Yeah. Curve Pimp.
Look me in the camera.
Got that bloke. Curve Pimp, you've got that geezer that keeps fucking hanging on to you called Globe Flicker. You want to get rid of him. He's just hanging on to you, and he's
trouble.
He's out of order, that guy. He won't let you alone, will he? You know, he's there.
Yeah, Globe Flicker is just an absolute troll on me. I just don't know what to do with that bell end knobber.
I don't think you'll ever...
Brilliant.
think you'll ever get rid of him, mate.
Well,
Casual
I
looking
have
in the
a
eyes.
topic of conversation.
There we go.
It's terrible living with voices in your head.
Stuck to you like toxic glue.
Hang on, I want to address something here. Look at Pig. Why did you want me to look you in the eye? Why exactly?
Sorry, just dropped a hard drive. Give me a second. There's
Oh.
something hard driving right now.
He said, casual, look me in the eye. So I did, and I don't know what that was about. Why he wanted me to do that? I have no idea.
For
I
the
would have said no.
picture for
I
the
can answer that for you because if you look hard enough, you'll see a pig.
Oh,
Terrible. Terrible.
I know. I'll go to bed now.
Hey, John, you can't go to bed yet. Bag Puppet's on his way over the pond for you.
Okay. Yeah.
no.
I've got to teach him some more of these, perfect insults aimed at these globe-denying knobsacks.
I tell you what, John, I think you should break the mold a little bit. Do you know what I'd really would love? Right, I'd love you to do a video about me and just absolutely abuse me. That would me.
No, I mean who do a video about
You.
No, but do you know what? I literally put up in our Shields chat earlier that I plan on doing. My fluff rant. I was going to do a Globagandus rant or the Globagandus. So can't you fucking see that the sun circles above our heads? You fucking bunch of morons. Can't you fucking see that gravity doesn't exist? I mean, look, So I was actually going to do one of them.
Do one, just sort of like abuse me and say sort of like space is fake or something like that. What's the matter with you or something? I don't know, whatever you want, but that would make my day. Honestly, I would mirror that as well, as long as there's not too much swearing, because I'm going to.
Yeah, I know. Do you know that cracked me up? That cracked me up when you mirrored my video, and he was like, "But I don't have," and you wanted to block out all the bleeping, and he was like, "Yeah, and I don't have don't have swearing on my channel. So if you don't subscribe to Jutty's channel, you're a fucking moron." That fucking made me laugh my head off.
I mean, but Chubbard is right. It was a collab between you and the sarcastic barber. Between the both of you, it was mostly F-bombs I was bleeping out.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
I think I counted about 52 bleeps through the video. That was hard work, man. Editing that video was a nightmare.
Yeah, and you missed out a couple of bollocks, which is both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We've got a question. We've got a question. Yay.
I have a question that wasn't asked.
Oh, go on.
I think you're confused too. All right, so this is for mostly Jimbojo. Are you a catcher or a pitcher?
I've got
what? No, neither of those things.
No.
Round as if you're a man above 9 years old in this country. So
yeah. To be fair, the original
reference
question
meaningless.
for you, Look a Pig, was for Jut Monk.
Oh, okay. So Jet Monk, are you a catcher or a pitcher?
Am I a what?
Catcher or a pitcher?
Sorry, I missed all that because I was actually reading the chat. Am I a what?
Catcher or a pitcher?
A catcher or a bitcher or a pitcher or
Pitcher.
Yeah, Jut, that's like American, like dirty
mate.
slang.
I tell you what, that's gone right over my fucking head. I don't know what the fuck
Are you
talking about.
Jut Monk,
Just like the red arrows.
right? Are you a bowler or a fielder?
Here you go.
Oh mate, I'll
when he's out, he's in. When
bowl
he's in,
it
he's
all
out.
the way. I'll bowl it all the way long, mate. Fucking, I ain't standing out in the field, fucking smoking pot, waiting for the balls to come to me. I'm throwing them at you. That's the end of it.
Oh, I'll take your calls any day, baby.
And then our proper question is from Forrest. Why are all the flirters that are showing up on debates, etc., at the moment all complete morons, pose, or whatever? It's got even worse than Jaron and Riley recently. And they did make another comment. He means like 33 UC, Feju, and the likes. And
I know the answer to this.
Go on.
Due to my
33
direct
so their
work
IQ.
when setting up debates and stuff, is some people just don't have standards on who they will debate.
I've got to agree with that because all these new ones that I'm seeing on debates, the people they're debating are shit. They're not worth the time to debate.
Well, this is how recently people have been finding people to debate. Is you set up a premiere, email me if you want to be on and debate me.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's literally the standard of getting into a debate.
I see a flaw in that plan.
Flat Earth is dead. This is a problem. Flat Earth's dead. All the good ones have been used up. I mean, all of them, like Jeranism, all the Nathans, Daniel Pratt, all of the names that anyone recognizes from the last few years have just been debunked so completely at the moment that they just look useless. Nathan Oakley tried to use a globe model to prove the flat Earth, which is ludicrous. Daniel Pratt's obsessed with gravity. He doesn't understand how a helium balloon works.
Yeah, if anybody listens to George Hanachek, he put up a video today, and it's basically him and his dog and a friend of his on a boat going across the pond to an island in the middle of it. But I noticed in it, watching it, that there was something in perspective that proved curvature. And he wound up tagging it and pinning it, which is something he normally does. And like I said, I don't hit this from the high angle of it. I just look at it from the common blue-collar guy.
Yeah, but every presentation done by flat earthers shows the globe.
Yeah, I mean,
every single time you put something up, it shows the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
because it is curved.
I mean, mono.
Call it mono.
That's the one. Mono. I mean, obviously, Conspiracy Cats picked up brilliantly on Ranty proving the globe. But I'd done a video on M. Benz, and I ended the video with when he ended his video with "So come on, then, you globalists, try and debunk this," and I ended it with, "It doesn't need debunking. It proves curvature perfectly."
It does.
It's like, and that's how I ended the video because it's like you're showing me curvature and telling me it's not there, you fucking moron. It's like telling me I'm watching TV, but I ain't. No, I fucking am, mate.
So, all right, as you guys have said, flat Earth is dead in the water. But do you know what the fun aspect of that can be done still?
What's that?
Fresh content. Debunking the debunkers and their false information.
I actually agree with you on that one. It's just like if somebody comes on as a debunker and they don't know what they're talking about and they have points thrown at them and they couldn't provide any proof other than parroting, I totally agree with you on that. Burn them up a little.
Well, I tell you what, I wouldn't agree with it just at the moment, but at some point, Flat Earth is going to die. And it's not far off. I would personally wait until those morons that have been talking about tonight have gone, or more or less gone into obscurity, and then by all means, then do that.
Yeah, I
think there's other woo out there. That's
most of us probably won't be around anyway. But I mean, my channel's not really about debunking anyway. I mean, to be honest with you, but I mean that's why I sort of do what I do. But at the
I like your channel.
Yeah,
I do. I like watching all the launch shit. It's like, ooh, this is interesting.
Yeah, no, I do like your channel.
That reminds me, I'm going to show myself a little bit. I'm covering the Falcon Heavy launch next week on the 25th.
Cool.
I'm not sure what time that is GMT.
Oh, am I?
GMT. So, yeah, it's about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning or something.
I won't be up that early.
Well, if you have to watch it live, it'll be on my channel. It'll be recorded, so it'll be sitting there. So
cool.
watch it. So I'll be doing that hopefully. So, but it's going to be in the dark. So I don't know how much we're going to see and all the rest of it. I still think it'd be pretty cool when you see the
the launch pads are all lit up, aren't they?
Yeah, no, it'll be perfect because it'll all be CGI, so they'll get that bang on.
You think if it's all CGI, they just make it daytime?
Exactly, yeah. No, it'll be bang on. They'll get the CGA bang on. CGA, fucking what the fuck?
Yeah, well, do you remember when they launched? Do you remember when they launched the Parker probe into space?
Yeah.
They sent it off at night time, didn't they?
Yeah.
The problem
has it got
that rocket shoots up, it hits the dome, bounces off it.
You know what they do? You know why they set that up in the dark, don't you?
Go on.
Because at night time the sun's not so hot, is it? So that's why they sent it.
Yeah. I'd expect Trump to come out with that sort of answer one day.
Yeah.
Let's go to the moon. Or do it at night when it's not as hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Do you know
do
what-
it at night so you can't see it
I
go
mean,
up.
I don't know how many of you guys that do what we do that chat to your mates and whatnot, and how many of you have got mates that still like turn around and go, yeah, but I'm not sure about the moon landings, and I've got a couple of mates that they're going down then conspiracies. Oh yeah, the Earth's a globe, but the moon landings were fake, and you're just like, and personally, I can't get into a debate with them because they're a mate, so I just hume them going,
Do you notice
the government's lied to us and whatnot, but I'm just thinking, don't be a fucking prick.
Yeah, I got
in
it.
my local shop.
Have you noticed that most of the people who deny the moon landings weren't born at the time that the moon landings took place?
Yep.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey.
I haven't noticed that.
Hold on. Our host was just about to say something so sarcastic. What are you just about to say?
The girl in my local shop is the same. She thinks that obviously we go to space now, but all the moon landings were fake because we didn't have the technology to do it. Like, I avoided because I like her. She's a nice person. We chat and things like that. I thought I can't rip you a new one on this fact because I just feel bad coming into the shop after that.
I'm exactly the same, barman. I'm like with some of my mates that are like, oh yeah, but don't you think that like maybe the moon landings were fake? And I'm like, no, I fucking don't. But at the same time,
I don't think they're fake because I don't think they're fake. I was got up by my father in the very early hours in the morning to watch something on the television screen, and in those days we only had black and white screens. We didn't have colour, and we watched a very, very blurry image, which, to be fair, I didn't actually recognise. For now, I do, having seen them, but I didn't recognise it as being the lunar lander landing on the moon. And when they say we've lost all this technology and we can't go back to the moon, what they actually mean is the technology is now obsolete.
Yeah.
It's not that they've
Well,
lost.
hold on. Let me comment on that real quick. Hold on.
Yeah,
about us losing the technology, I have to agree because how much rope can I fit in my laptop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but the other thing you got to remember, okay, the technology is obsolete, but the problem is, you see, in those days they had to invent the technology to actually get there, and the thing is that it really wasn't very safe at all. There was only sort of like a 75% chance that they would actually come back alive, and all the Apollo programs.
Yeah, but you have to.
Hang on, but in nowadays, those sort of statistics are just not acceptable.
No.
They're really not. And it was really, really unsafe. I mean, that's why they choose test pilots like that, because they would accept those risks. That's what they did. That's what they did for a living. They were test pilots. That's what they.
But it's not just that. It's not just that. It's the technology now that we'd use to get to the moon. Obviously, is a lot more sensitive to like the likes of the Van Allen belt and the radiation.
Yeah.
So when you're working off like fucking analog technology and stuff, that wasn't affected like now. Like the complex technology that we would take to the moon would be hugely affected. So
if I may, could I interject slightly on that one?
Absolutely.
Well, it's just the two main issues of this, right? The moon landings originally were basically footprints, right? But rockets on the ground, footprints down. That's all they needed to do. So they went up, they landed, and they came back. The whole thing took, 4 or 5 days? I forget the exact amount of time, but it wasn't very long. They planned on getting through the Van Allen belts in a certain amount of time and taking that amount of radiation. They sort of pretty much knew what it was. When we talk about going to the moon now and going to Mars, we're talking about long term, right? Which is why we've been sticking people in space stations for the last 20 years in space, because we need to build electronics that can handle long-term radiation, because we don't use valves anymore, we use microchips, and people that can handle long-term radiation, because we're not really built for it, but we found some clever sort of shielding solutions. Things like polythene, the stuff your plastic bags are made out of, turns out to be really effective, and so's water. So you have plastic bags full of water amazingly help do this sort of stuff, and it's just taken us 50 years to perfect the technology that we're at the point now where NASA are saying 5 years from now we think we might actually be ready. So
yeah, it's getting that balance between shielding and fuel consumption. So they've got to get the balance between shielding, fuel consumption, how much oxygen we, how big and much our astronauts weigh. That's one reason they're looking at more female astronauts, because to be fair, the female body's a bit smaller than the bloke.
They're lighter.
Yes, basically. People are saying, oh, it's all this political correctness they're going to send women. No, women are fucking smaller and they take less fuel up. And that's a big fucking concern.
Yeah.
Oh, now we're getting chauvinistic.
We could also end up in a situation similar to, Easter Islands where, hey, you run out of trees or you run out of fuel. Now what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we are limited in resources on Earth.
Small as a woman.
Do you
That's
go
a very
to,
good story, Easter Island.
Yeah.
It was an island that was fully wooded, and the people that lived there chopped all the trees down to get those Easter statues planted in the ground, and they destroyed the habitat they live in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And the rats ate the seeds, so no more trees.
Talking about seeds, and do you want to know a fun fact about Apollo? A lot of many about this. And Apollo 14, they were asked to take up a canister full of seeds from certain types of trees. Okay, a whole variety of different types of trees. And what they wanted to see was it stayed in the command module, didn't actually go to actually land on the moon itself. It stayed in the command module. And they wanted to see how the seeds were being affected. Okay, and apparently they brought it back, no problem at all, and they opened it in a vacuum or something, and apparently the seeds went all over the place, did something. I don't know what happened. A lot of them died, but a lot of them survived, and trees were actually planted in
nice
places. Right, there you go, fun fact.
Space trees.
Space trees! I want some. Oh, what if we do like a Johnny Appleseed where we send some seeds into space, take it back, and then spread them throughout the world?
Do you know?
Absolutely.
Do you know,
Astronaut Johnny Seed. Sweet.
Harry Warp says the Easter Island deforestation story is under fire as a myth now. So, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So that'll be something to look at.
Red herring. It was all done on purpose. It was a government conspiracy, and
NASA did it.
Aliens did it, and aliens did it or something. I don't know, whatever.
No, I'm
going on about
dinosaurs ate it.
Oh,
no doubt the dinosaurs ate the island.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah, they tucked right into
those
it.
are huge.
Going on about
it wasn't the dinosaurs; it was the mud flood.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
But do you know
about the statues there? Oh, hold on. About the statues there, those are huge, right? And there's no way a group of like 20 men can move that. It has to be ancient astronauts.
I'm not saying aliens, but it's aliens.
But then, Jutmonk might know, or Jim Bojo might know, was it about 10, 15 years ago, the BBC did a documentary on Stonehenge about moving the stones for the actual Stonehenge?
Yeah.
From South Wales.
Yeah.
Which and they actually did put them on barges that they could make at the time, float them up rivers.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it wasn't. There was actually a documentary about it years ago. I don't know what channel it was on. I have no idea what it was on, but it was actually a civilization that lived on the Easter Islands, and apparently some big disease or something wiped them all out.
Yeah, but weren't they highly aggressive if you rocked up there and tried to come on the island? Didn't they attack anybody? Is that the same island?
I don't know.
There's one or two
still
out
there. The Andaman Islands, near
Which one?
Phuket, where old Gigantor lives.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, I mean, fucking, I'd run from Gigantor, that's for sure. I mean, that guy's fucking huge.
You'd have to run quick, to be fair, wouldn't you? One footstep, and that's like 30 foot.
Someone needs to make a sort of a Godzilla rip-off with him in it. Smashing through Tokyo, like just Photoshop his face onto a Godzilla, and like.
That's a job for you, Looker Pig. You should do that, then. You should do that.
No. But speaking of islands, right?
It would be CGI.
Speaking of disease on islands, I have a little thing to point out. So, you know the Christian dude who went to be like a savior to some savage people on the coast of India on an island.
Yeah, I saw that.
Got chucked up with a bunch of arrows, died. My question is, if we were to capture one of those people and bring them in to, to civilization, what diseases would we be exposed to versus what diseases they would be exposed to us?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Flat
Because
Earth.
what if they had their own, like, entire meat, or entire disease from, pork or something, right? That would be an interesting experiment. It'd be like the reverse Pilgrim Indian fiasco.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens whenever two civilizations meet, right? Is that disease happens immediately, and usually the less advanced civilization suffers massively.
The War of the Worlds. That's the story.
Yeah, somehow aliens are able to come to Earth and probe my anus.
Well, good example of that, it would be the Amazon tribes, wouldn't it? A lot of them have been wiped out, not because of civilization, but because a lot of it to do with disease that they've never come across before.
Yeah, and rats,
like the common and stuff like that.
This is what the English did for 200 years. Was we travelled around the world and we brought the natives sexual diseases, rats, things like cholera.
Yeah.
And then we gave them guns.
Yeah.
And obviously everything exploded.
Yeah, but then that's all right, because as long as they're anti-vaxxers, they can just move away from that and morons.
Yeah.
Can we just say good night to Turquoise Laura?
Good night, Turquoise.
Good night.
Good night,
Turquoise.
Good night, Turquoise Laura.
Good night, honey.
There we go.
Love you, know that.
We love you. We love you.
Bye, Mama.
Bye.
She's awesome. She's awesome, man.
Oh,
She's geeky.
She's the moderator queen.
I'll tell you what, right? I only have to put at here, such and such, and she's the first one on it to reply. If I go,
she
here,
is.
What are we doing this weekend, or what video is what other video we're looking at? She's the first one within moments, straight on it, and I'm like, respect.
Yeah, I've tried to beat her first on the comments page, as you would have seen.
Right, I'm going to say goodbye, gentlemen. Sarcastic Barman, thank you very much for having me, mate. This
Thank
was a
you,
great
Jimbo
stream.
Joe.
I will catch you guys around
about.
about. Yeah, it's been fantastic talking to you. All
God,
right, I'll see you all soon then. Bye-bye.
Good night, Jimbo Joe, mate.
Night, gentlemen, mate. Take it steady.
So while we've got a break in the conversation, I've got a new one for us. Ooh.
Oh, go on then.
So we all know Rider of Dinosaurs bitch, JM Truth.
Yeah.
So he's got £500 donation, people. Well, sorry, $500. People have given him money to make films and shit, and I'm just scrolling up through the comments to find he did have a goal of, I think it was 35 grand, and he's now put that up to 90 grand for people to donate.
Oh, JM Truth. JM Truth is got this. You were talking about
JM Truth, yeah.
What?
He's after some serious stuff to make more crap.
Do you know what? Actually, I as some of you know, I'm doing a collab with Constable Conspicuous and Conspiracy Cats, and we're introducing Dumb Fuck of the Year, and JM Truth is one of them, and I had to use Rider of Dinosaurs, like gravity, denying gravity, but then making up technology for anti-gravity, and that was what I put forward. Like, he's as dumb as fuck. He's making up tech for something he doesn't even fucking believe exists.
Do you know what? I've actually been torn quite a lot between for Dumb Fuck of the Year is Riley or JM Truth, but I'm kind of starting to sway towards JM Truth now, purely because he bullshits and lies about his qualifications.
But we still have 6 months.
But
people to step forward and take that award away.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we're only halfway through.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to define bullshit and just pure dumb fuckery. You know what I mean? And bullshit, for me, doesn't class as dumb fuckery. It's when people are just completely fucking stupid.
Yeah, correct you on that. He's bullshit and he's dumb fuckery at the same time. So
No, he is dumb fuckery, and that was my point. I put forward that his contribution to dumb fuckery was to invent a technology for something he disputes exists, and that was his dumb fuckery contribution. So yeah, it's there.
Do you know
it's up there with the best?
Do you know what? Do you know he's got a master's in video production, and you just see the editing in his videos. It's a pile of crap. I'm not great at video editing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to claim I'm great at it, but I'm fucking better than he is. I can tell you that much.
As Forrest just said, he's a sniper, a medic, a film producer, a scientist. The list goes on.
Don't forget the Mortimer as well. He's a Mortimer as well. And I medic.
Oh yeah.
Isn't he also a what is it? Meteorologist?
Oh, is that a new
he's a modified sniper.
He's a modified sniper. He did a modified sniper course. That's right. Yeah.
It's a shame, really, covering this subject. I did ask Ryder if he wanted to come in. He's got someone asleep next to him or something. So it's like, because he would be good to have in this.
Yeah. Well, I think JM Truth actually claims that he did 3 or 4 military tours of duty in Iraq or Pakistan or Afghanistan or something like that.
Well, I'm actually waiting for somebody to actually shame him on that, because I don't get me wrong, I'm not 100% sure he didn't serve, but I'm waiting for somebody to actually claim stolen valor and actually prove that he didn't.
No, I mean, if he did, ultimate respect for that, because I've got ultimate respect for anyone that can serve their country.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. You know. But the thing is, you do get people that do serve, and then they bullshit about their about what they've actually done though as well at the same time. So
exactly. How I would put it, if he is an actual rear echelon motherfucker, then he deserves all of it.
Yeah,
he deserves it.
Absolutely.
Can I
look at Pete? There's a lot of noise on your audio, by the way. A lot of noise. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah. Robert's just mentioned he has served, as in for JM Truth. He has a file. It's the service record he's lying about. So he has served. Fair play to him.
Yeah.
He's just lying about what he's done.
See, why do that? Why do that? Because you'd get the ultimate respect from me just for serving that once.
That is still stolen valor.
Exactly. No, I agree with you. But like, why do that? You know, it's the fact that you've served once for your country or whatever.
Because it makes you feel better.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to, because ultimate respect for just doing that in the first place. Why fucking lie about it and like make it out to be something it isn't when
about himself.
Yeah. Or he's just a dick.
I'll tell you a true story, and it includes my brother. He did 25 years of Naval Reserve service, and when he was asked to serve, and here's your overseas papers, he did everything he could get to get out of it, like any sane person would do. And what he wound up doing was, for a year, he wound up pushing pallets around in Louisiana. But talking to him, you would swear to God that he was shooting Hajis. Was for a year.
Yeah.
Right now would be a good time for me to put in a small plug. Make sure to check out Veterans Talk Weekly on 82 Productions.
Yeah, I listen to them.
I have popped in there.
Yeah,
I step in on occasions. Yeah.
Can I just read out a comment? And I think that it's a question that we could all ask each other. It's from Forrest Pfeiffer, and it says, "I've never met a real flirf. The nearest I've got was when I saw the Flat Earth Roadshow camper van parked in a Nottingham Sainsbury's car park." But how many of you guys know a fucking dumbass flatard?
Not personally, not face to face.
Not impersonally, no. Which is a bit of a downer.
I know one who believes in chemtrails.
Well, I'll tell you.
He goes on about the chemtrails every day.
Yeah, well, bet if you said to him if he's a flat earther, he'd probably say yeah. Because I tell you what, right? I knew a guy. He's a friend of my dad's, and I've known him for years. And we always thought that he just used to get high on weed and chat shit, right? But when I got into this and started to, you know, like get sort of clued up on the conspiracies and the sort of that are linked to the flat earth, like the chemtrails and that. And I remember he'd come around one day, I was at my dad's, and he'd come over to visit, and he's come out and said, like, he starts banging on about aeroplanes don't need fuel, they fly for free, and they're lying to us. So out the blue, I just said to him, I've known him for years, I just said to him, please don't tell me you're a flat earther. And he was like, "Oh yeah, they're fucking lied to us." And I was like, "Oh my god, these people are real." I thought they were just on the internet, but they actually exist.
I'm sure I saw a video today. I don't know whose video it was, and they're going on about the flat Earth and how there were lands beyond ours. Infinite plane, was it? Oh, was it?
That was my video.
Oh, was it yours? Oh, there we go.
Earlier on, going on about like there's no universe. The universe is the infinite plane, and there's more lands beyond. And I
do watch videos.
I
watched that this morning.
And I said in that video, I said, look, at the end of the day, if they were hiding gold and fucking like oil and that in lands beyond, do you not think there would be one rogue nation that would just go there anyway? And if that didn't happen, if that happened, then we would know that was true. And if it wasn't going to happen, then there would be a fucking war, and then we'd still find out that it was true. But it's bollocks.
Well, but didn't you know the New World Order is running it all?
We would have tore that place up. Oh, it's Jerem. Hey, Jerem, how's it going?
We're all talking over each other, lads. I think AT wanted to say something. Evening, AT2.
Evening, all. So, yeah, every time I hear that argument about land beyond and everything, it just makes me laugh, because it's like, oh, so you guys are going to go with the New World Order to counter that whole... There are nations who would literally give us the finger as they're walking away to take whatever resources are claimed to be out there. And I have to say, my timing is impeccable, as you were talking about that whole airplanes run on compressed air as I joined. Aviation was kind of my thing when I was in the Navy.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, you were in the Navy. The Navy means water.
Jared, hang on a second. Jared, we were just talking about JM Truth and about his claims of his military career and what he did in the military and all the rest of it. What have you got to say about his claims?
He is the only medic I've heard that has ever been cross-trained as both a mortarman and a platoon-level sniper.
Right.
To say that I have my doubts would be an understatement. I don't doubt that he served, because combat medic is a quite needed and popular thing. But to claim to know how the mortar works as a result of a 2-week cross-training evolution, yeah, bullshit. Plus, they would not be cross-training the medic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they even do that in the. Don't quote me. I could be wrong about this, but they don't even do that in the British military.
The only ones that it would potentially happen to are the deployable combat medics that are assigned to the Special Operations Command, JSOC, which he was not.
Nah.
Hey, Jerry,
I mean,
serve actually.
I find it
bullshitting.
I find it, if people are gonna bullshit about that stuff, to me, I find that really disrespectful. My uncle served and didn't come back from the first Gulf War, and was very high up, and is well known. And for me, I'm hugely proud. So when people bullshit about that, to me, that's really disrespectful. That they could do that and just try and make shit up or exaggerate the situation they're in. When if you've served and whatever, then ultimate respect. But you don't need to bullshit and fucking exaggerate the situation. Just be humble about what you've done, and that's enough. Ultimate respect if you have served your country.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You will never hear someone who honestly served overly boast about what they did or where they went. I will complain about the fucked up shit that I had to deal with, like quite literally moving halfway across the world with a little less than 3 weeks notice. That was fun.
Yeah.
But aside of bullshit like that, which happens often, that anyone who's even been loosely associated to it has some sort of story of someone getting short notice orders like that. What I've done is what I've done, and anyone who wants to ask, I'll tell you. And to me, the most entertaining question is like, oh, where are you? And the look that I got, even from some of my junior guys at the last place I was stationed, was, I've been at heaven, I've been in hell, and now I'm in purgatory. That was the answer that I gave when I was stationed up in Washington State, because I quite literally, straight out of training, went to shore duty in northern Florida in Jacksonville, on the south side of Jacksonville, so the nice base. Then I went to forward deployed on the USS Kitty Hawk out of Japan. Tip of the spear, always getting the shaft.
Yeah.
And then after that, I ended up in Whidbey Island, Washington, which is, I don't want to call it the armpit of America, because that's a disgrace to armpits.
Well, you just... yeah.
You want to see my armpits? That must be fucking bad.
That's a bit like soldiers being based or trained in Catterick as well. Everybody hates Catterick. There's nothing in Catterick. Nothing of any interest apart from an army base. That's it. Same
even
thing.
worse down in Colchester.
Yeah, Colchester worse. That's right. Yeah, a lot of them complain about that as well. Yeah.
Oh,
being sent to college.
Well, I've got a question. Jut Monk.
Yo.
It's for you.
Oh,
it's for me. Who's this from?
You.
Personal one.
Yeah. It's from Colon.
Oh, all right, Colon.
All right, Colon, buddy.
When are you going to show off your new teeth?
I can't because they've all fallen out.
Oh.
Is he on about when I get my false teeth? Yeah, trust me, when I get me false teeth and I can afford to buy them, yeah.
And apparently, Rider of Dinosaurs just let us know that JM Truth is on a live stream right now. So we can go for an hour and a half. I might end it in the next 10 minutes or so, and we can all go and harass him.
No, do you know what? Barman? I'm having more fun here, mate. Fuck that knob.
There is that. There is that.
Well,
I think we'll aim to go till 1 o'clock. And then I'll get some bad sleep.
If you go to his live stream, it's only going to lower your IQ even further. So don't bother.
Well,
Yeah,
we just have to remember that JM Truth, out of all the flurfers, he is outstanding in his field. He's the only one I've seen do that.
Right. He's outstanding in fucking contradicting himself and talking utter wank. Yeah, man, he's brilliant.
Oh no, you forget the video. He had in one of his educational videos on his channel, he is quite literally standing in the middle of a field.
Yeah, throwing bits of paper away from his clipboard.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
that's a logical fallacy.
Oh no, hang on. There's another part of that though, isn't there, Jerem? There's another part of that. What was he wearing? Tell everybody what he's wearing.
Oh, it was a butcher's jacket.
Yeah, exactly. A white, which is a white jacket, claiming to be a scientist jacket.
Double pockets.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the hat? Have you noticed the hat?
Your hat?
Yeah. What about it?
Well, I was trying to look like JM.
What
No. It has to be white. It has to be white. It needs to be like a cloth white. I don't know what you call those hats. He called it something once. I can't remember what he called it.
Don't get too technical. That's the best I could do at short notice.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's a cap that's white.
No. I mean, I thought you had a proper skull cap thing. Jewish skull cap. Or am I just assuming he's Jewish?
No, it's not. It's not nothing to do with it. He did call it something, and it was made of muslin or something. And
he did say that he was Jewish at one stage, and he changed his religion.
Oh, why? What religion is he today then?
Good one.
What religion? Oh, isn't it scientism?
Oh yeah.
That's a faith and a belief, isn't it? And if you're a fucking knobhead.
Apparently, JM Truth claims to be a kosher chef in one of his videos.
Oh, okay.
And Rider of Dinosaurs wants to know if we've seen his wand and ridiculous.
Oh yes, well, yeah.
Wrong.
I've got
I haven't seen it.
guys, yeah. I'm going to plug this for you. Go, everybody, go to Rider of Dinosaurs channel. Right, he did an excellent quickie, as he called it. and he ripped the piss out of JM Truth and his Wanda Ridiculous. And honestly, it's one of the funniest things I'd seen all week.
Oh, there's a gift for it on Discord now.
Go watch it right now, and well, not after this. You want to?
That's better.
Yeah, go after this and go to his channel and watch that video. It is really, really funny. Honestly, trust me, you'll like it.
So he was a kosher chef last week, and this week he's going to be a halal chef.
Well, next week he's making the bacon butties for my garden party, so I'm not sure what he's doing. Right, moving on to religion. Oh, GM Truth's real name is well known. The kosher chef video is under his real name. Oh.
Well, as long as he isn't a naked chef, we'll be all right.
Oh God!
I only do that on Sundays.
Oh, yeah, I thought you said you weren't going to do your videos naked, as I said in one of your chats one of these days as well. You weren't going to.
I'm not wearing pants.
No. See, that's why he made the Chatterbait account so he could do it legally.
Do you expect us to swallow that?
Oh, your mouth's not big enough.
Oh God, it gets worse. I've got.
Right, move on. I blame the Estrella.
I believe I'll have another one.
Yay!
Hey.
What is everyone drinking tonight? Let's do that bit. We'll start with Monogrammatic, who's first here. What are you drinking? You're on the Captain Morgan's. I thought you said you were going to drink that.
One of my favourite. That is one of my favourite spirits.
The tide's gone out as well.
Yeah, it's a bit, isn't it? What bastard drunk that? Who drank your rum?
Well, I did.
Oh.
And what are you drinking, Casual?
I'm a lightweight tonight. Total lightweight.
Oh, it's not even a good one.
It's just
I
an
lost all respect.
It's a midweek kind of like just chilling with the video. That's what it is.
It's a school night.
No, you don't even get to prove yourself on that. I'm turning you down just for that. There we go. Right, we'll turn you back up now because that was long enough. Oh shit! All right. Oh crap! How do I undo that?
Oh no, you done it.
I'm gonna fix it.
He's going to unmute himself, I think.
Yeah, you need to unmute yourself.
You complete bastard!
Been using the Nathan Oakley mute button.
Yeah.
Just don't turn it into a boot button.
To be fair, defended myself. I did say I was a lightweight. I didn't say I was hard stuff or anything. I thought, I mean, one of our favourite drinks, and my missus will claim this is our favourite, is Captain Morgan. I love Captain Morgan Spice Rum.
Oh, I've got that tonight.
Spaceman.
What?
Stop begging the alcoholic question. You need to stop begging the questions.
Yeah, if it comes to rum, I'm a Kraken or Sailor Jerry's man. But we'll move on to Jim Bojo. Jim Bojo, are you drinking this evening?
I am actually drinking Captain Morgan Spice Gold Spirit drink.
Oh, that's nice as well. I like that.
Jut Monk, if you drink rum as well, that's 3 of you drinking rum.
No, I'm on Bishop's Finger, mate.
Hey!
Kentish fucking ales, man. Kentish fucking ales.
Oh, I love Kent ales. Kent ales are brilliant.
You'll like that one, Jut
And
Monk.
they're only 125 for Asda. What a bargain.
That's not bad. You need to come down and try this one, Jut Monk. So if you Bellhaven, that's a good pint.
Oh, trust me, I'm going to be down with you soon. Me and Jim Bojo are going to come and see you, and hopefully we can all do that when Anti-Flatter makes his way.
I was going to say, I'm as soon as I get the finalised date, I believe it's sometime in July. I'm going to get
16th.
Yeah,
I think 16th, 17th.
Yeah. But yeah, I will be coming for that, so that'll be quite nice.
Yeah,
and then finally,
I'll book a campsite as well.
Hey,
yeah, man.
80 Truth. Sorry, 80 Truth. 82. Fuck's sake. Are you drinking? Well, I don't even know what time it is over where you are.
Can I just say something? If you're not drinking, fuck off.
It is called the lock-in stream, so.
So,
hey, are you there, A2?
Yep, I'm here. It is 7:45 in the evening here. I do not have a drink at the moment, but I did have some Sapporo Premium with dinner tonight.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
We'll let you off. We'll let you off.
That'll do. That'll do.
I mean, it's one of those things. I had a more traditional Japanese meal. Got to go with a Japanese beer. And it's actually one of the few non-European brews that I can actually stomach.
I've
I've
had a Japanese beer once before. It was available in the UK. Now, what the heck was it called? Oh,
it was either,
what? It might have. It might have.
Yeah, it was either Sapporo or Kirin. Those are the top two beer companies out of Japan.
Sapporo, probably, yeah. They put that rings a bell. It probably was that, and it was gorgeous. Honestly, really, really nice. Really liked it.
Yeah, it's one of the few pale ales towards Pilsner brews that actually doesn't make my stomach want to tell me to fuck off.
Nice.
See, that's the thing with ales. It's finding your brew. You know, it's finding your angle. Because there's a fucking ale for everyone.
We had a proper, well, not a proper lager, but we had a cask lager on the other week. So
you were telling us about that, yeah.
And fair play, it went down really well. I had people drinking it going, this beer doesn't taste right. It's lager. Oh, all right.
Although
the thing is about lager as well. I mean, it's got to be cold. But I couldn't imagine sort of like a cask lager being cold.
It went down really well. Fair play to it.
Yeah, those midweight beers really hit their flavor spot when they're right around 35 to 40 Fahrenheit, so in the low single digit centigrade, to where it gives you that nice bite of the flavor. A good one for that I really wish Australia would allow it to be exported. Bee's Knees. If any of the Aussies out there, hook me up, please.
Where's
do you know what? A2, do you know what you say that? Like when I used to live out in Denmark, and I'm a smoker, and you out there they got Prince cigarettes, and I moved back to the UK, and you could buy Prince cigarettes, and then suddenly Denmark decided they weren't going to export them anymore, and they are the best cigarettes going. You know, they're in a league of their own. So now, when anybody's going on holiday, it's like, what do you want? Just get me 200 Prince, please.
I find it interesting about beers and lagers and so on. The lager beer is actually a Pilsner. Lager is the German name for store. And during the First World War, when the British troops overran German lines, they discovered these buildings called lagers, spelled L-A-A-G-E-R, full of beer.
That's
and
right.
they liked the taste.
Yeah,
and they brought the beer home.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and that's how we got the name lager beer.
Yeah, I'll second that. That's a very true
is that
story.
where it come from?
Yep.
That's where it come from.
Yep.
Well, I never. You learn so much in this community, don't you?
Well, that is part of it, but then when the American breweries got a hold of it, they messed with the formulation of the Pilsner to the point where they quite literally watered it down.
Yeah.
So that's where they ended up having that determination between the two. So your traditional European Pilsner is actually now known as a lager because of that holdfast recipe to traditionalism, which is why when it comes to American breweries, there are two of them that I will trust. One, because they were actually allowed to compete at Oktoberfest and won their first go round. And another old brewery that, again, founded by a German immigrant family and has stayed true to the formula and methodology since. The first one being Sam Adams, the second being Yuengling.
Well, we're getting a lesson in beerology tonight. It's brilliant. I love it.
Oh, it's funny. I'd have said it was Anheuser-Busch, and they'd have brought out the Budweiser.
They started it, but they were part of that group that watered it down. Between Anheuser-Busch and then but with especially the Budweiser line, really ended up becoming a mass marketed one. And to meet the demand, they ended up quite literally watering down the brew to make it more palatable for the long shipping. And then you have the rest of the Midwestern big companies like Miller and Keystone and all those other forms of it that followed that mold because, hey, Anheuser's making money off of it. Let's try to cut into their market share and give a product similar enough but different enough. So the only one who really did their own thing really was actually what Spaceman here is drinking with Coors, where they went to a cold brew style, which the flavor did slightly increase there. There is something with the actual end product that it still physically does not sit well with me.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? Another reason why I drink these, especially midweek, it's been a really humid day today, and I think the light beers when they're really cold are really refreshing, and that's why I drink it. That's why I drink that stuff every now and again. So
yeah, whatever.
Refreshing, cools you down, and it's refreshing. Sort of cools you from the inside out. Don't shake your head sarcastic. I don't. I don't give a shit.
Have you been to Australia and
lager? I serve one lager, and it's Estrella Galicia. And fair play, it's not a bad pint. I used to serve a Pilsner as well as a lager, because fair play, when we have Pilsners over here now, they are different to lagers, and they're noticeably different. They're not as gassy. There's more flavour to them. And fair play, they're a lot nicer. And the Pilsner we used to serve was called Wolfpack. And it was actually a couple of lads who used to play for Saracens Rugby Club, who then set up in partnership with Green King Ales. I'm fucking shilling everyone today. And
no Green King.
Green King don't do too bad, to be fair, for beers nowadays. They're not like how they used to be.
Didn't a Green King do an IPA?
I actually have Green King IPA on at the moment. Hey, look, these are my beers.
Abbott Ale as well is a nice one.
Bellhaven.
Let's have a look at beer. Beers. Go on.
We have Green King IPA.
Yep.
I'll just have to lift my laptop because it's on the cord. We've got some Stowford's dark fruits or whatever fruits, mixed fruits. The Estrella Galicia, the regular Stowford's, and then at the moment on our craft ale guest pump, we have that one. So yeah,
easy,
over easy. It's not a bad pint. So
you're
like a lager.
So sarcastic. You're a free house then.
I'm a free house. Yeah.
Good for you.
So as you can see from my wall, we do a lot of beer off Swan, which are a very nice beer around here. We've got some up there from Wye Valley, which, fair play, they get a lot of beer out. 3 Tons, which is the oldest continuous running brewery in the UK, if you can see those ones. They've been running since 1642. So fair play to them. Green King. What else have we got there? Cwrw Glyndŵr, that's off one of our local brewers up in North Wales called Cwrw Glyn. We've got some Purple Moose up there. And these are all beers I've had in the pub, so that's quite nice.
Well,
when I used to run...
Go on, Chuck.
No, I used to run a pub in central London for Hall and Woodhouse, and obviously we had to take their ales, but I mean their ales are beautiful. But Christ, was it expensive or what? And now we've just had a Hall and Woodhouse open up in Swindon, and it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I went in there, bought 2 pints of ale, which ale is normally quite cheap in England. You know, you'd sort of wouldn't spend more than £6-7 on a couple of pints of ale. But you look at £10.40 for 2 pints of.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Crazy.
That's a lot.
Absolutely fucking crazy.
Jump Monkey, did I just hear you say you live in Swindon?
Yeah.
I lived there for a little while, mate.
Whereabouts?
I was living staff at the Forte Post House Hotel just outside of Swindon Town.
Okay.
You know where that is? Do you know where that is?
Where are you now?
It used to be called a folk house years ago. Anyway, I don't know what it's called now. It was near a roundabout. Oh, fuck's sake, I can't remember where it is.
As long as it wasn't a magic roundabout.
Hey, I tell you, the magic roundabout was only about 5 minutes down the road. I knew exactly where that was. That's a fun roundabout, that isn't it?
Yeah, everyone
that's
knows.
entertaining.
What's a magic
we're famous.
roundabout? Is that like a reach around?
A turning circle.
Yeah, it's 6 interlinked traffic circles, 5 in the shape of petals around the central one.
That's correct. You've got it bang on, Jimbo.
Yeah, I've given it.
5 minis around a massive one. And do you know what? One year they put a Christmas tree up in the middle of it, and it got vandalised.
Yeah, that's Swindon. I was there around about the time where Swindon Town Football Club got relegated twice, and 2 divisions in 2 years.
Okay.
That was about the time when they had. I think Steve McMahon was a player manager at the time. I think it was.
Big McMahon, yeah.
He's around about that time, so I don't remember an awful lot about Swindon because I didn't really go into the town that much. And then I moved to the De Vere Hotel in Swindon, and that's
De Vere. Fucking hell, no.
Yeah, I worked in there for a while as well, next to where you got the cinema and all that complex.
Yeah, mate, I know it well. But you know, you got Asda just across the road.
Probably.
When I first moved. Yeah, I mean, where you on about that complex with the bowling alley and De Vere Hotel, and you've got and on the other side of the road you've got Asda and the Link Centre, and I used to I used to work in a barber shop in Asda there, so there you go.
Well, where is everyone from? Because obviously everyone knows I'm from Hereford. We know that Jutmonk and Jimbo Joe aren't too far away. Monochromatic, where are you from, if you don't mind saying, or roughly?
South Coast.
Fair enough.
West Country.
Looker Pig's obviously foreign, but Looker Pig, do you want to give your county, city, or whatever?
Indiana.
A2?
I am in the most well-dressed state of the Union, Rhode Island.
Hey, fair enough. And then finally, we've got a Spaceman. Apart from being from the moon, where are you from?
I love to be from the moon. No, originally I'm from Southampton, Hampshire, not a million miles away, I think, from Simon. Yeah, but I'm now living in Northern Ireland, and I have done for the last 18 years or so. And County Armagh, that's where I live at the moment in Northern Ireland. I'm English born, but I've been living in, and I've got 2 kids here, so here I stay. But now I'm divorced from my wife now as well. She's like, I was divorced a few weeks ago. And it's like, yes,
got your life back.
Hang on, wife number 2.
Are you saying there's no more Mrs. Casual Spaceman?
What?
So, who was from Indiana?
82 was from Indiana.
No, that was Pig. Pig was. I'm in southern New England.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're
okay,
Rhode Island.
Do you know Mr. Low Key, but he spells it Mr. LOWKY3Y? Mr. Low Key, he's from Indiana. He always comments on my videos.
Why would you assume I know everyone from Indiana?
Well,
Americans
know Wales. Because you're from Indiana. You should know.
Hold on. Your entire country is like if you were to join our country, right? Your entire country would be the 12th largest state. Okay.
Yeah. But we have 70 million people here, so it's about the same as a quarter of your state's added.
Yeah,
up
but
in
what I'm
population.
saying is,
17 million.
70.
I didn't think
like a fifth of your population in a 50th the landmass.
Commenting.
Yeah. To be fair, I get people who ask me, "Oh, do you know David? He lives down over there near where you used to live." No, I don't fucking know some random person who lives 30 miles down the road from me. So
yes.
The British think, "Oh, you live in near the same town. You must know this person." No, why the fuck would I know this person?
That's lovely.
It's like I'm trying to think what comedian it was, an English comedian it was, but he was talking about like obviously America being huge and like the Americans' perception of our country being tiny, which it is, and like them talking in a bar and he's going, "Oh yeah, I'm from England," and the American guy going, "You're from England? You know Bob up in Birmingham?"
No, that's like an hour and a half drive from me.
Yeah.
Really? Yes. Oh wow.
Yeah, but an hour and a half drive in America is not very far.
No, it's not.
Depends on where you depends on where you are. So with where I am, in an hour and a half, I could quite literally cross a couple states. But then again, I'm up in New England where the states are smaller but more densely packed for the most part. So in an hour and a half, depending which way I go, I can go from my house. Like right now, if I were to leave right now in an hour and a half, I would be on the other side of Boston, either into New Hampshire or just about to cross the state border.
Well, Jeremy, actually, judging by the speed that you ride your bike, I'm not fucking surprised.
If they didn't want me to go triple digits, they shouldn't have made it go that fast.
Yeah.
He has got a point. He has got a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So what do you-
Uber driver in my 6-pack.
Very quiet. Let's make Curve Pimp a lot louder. I didn't hear that, Curve. Just say again.
I depend on an Uber driver and a 6-pack to get me to my destination.
A 6-pack.
Oh, see, this just shows how much I live out in the sticks. I don't have an Uber near me. I can't get a taxi to pick me up here without paying for the taxi to come out from the city this far.
Wow.
And I'm only 10 miles out the city, and they don't like coming out this far.
Wow.
I'll tell you a funny story. The last time I went up your way, Barman, I was with this girl, and she had OCD. And when I said she had OCD, I mean she polished the tops of the fucking doors and stripped the bed every day, right? And one of her friends was having a 30th birthday party in Hereford, so we went to Hereford and stayed a couple of nights in Hereford, had a really nice time. Then we was living in London, come back to London, and she's like, oh, I need to clean the house. And I thought, well, yeah, that's normal. And then she's stripping the bed, and I'm like, why are you stripping the bed? She's like, well, because it's dusty. I said, we haven't even fucking slept in the bed. You stripped it and changed it. Then we left, went to fucking Hereford, come back. Now you're changing it again. We ain't even slept in it, you dumb fuck.
Well,
I'm not with her anymore.
There's one thing, though. Everyone has to agree there's nothing better than having a shower than getting in a fresh, clean bed.
I agree with that.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There is nothing better in the entire
that's
world.
fair enough. But their bed was... Yeah, but the bed was fresh and clean. It was only changed 2 days beforehand, and no one had slept in it, for fuck's sake.
John, you hadn't been leaving your banana skins in the bed, had you?
Huh?
Oh.
Say again?
You weren't leaving your banana skins in the bed, were you?
Yeah, no, I leave them everywhere, mate. But, you know, if you're going to be with a fucking drunk monkey, you're going to have to expect to slip up on the odd fucking... now and again.
It sounds like
I thought someone make the joke as Forrest has CDO. It's like OCD, but in alphabetical order.
You know, it sounds like...
Do you know that girl, right? That girl...
Well, it sounds like that girl is a real fan of the Fifth Element and the beds that they have. The self-making, self-cleaning, the ones that are sealed in plastic. Don't have to worry about it then.
No, she loved that, but she probably would have polished that as well. So fucking, you know.
I would kill for a bed like that.
From that.
Yeah. We have to ask you.
Yeah, but you would not kill for a bed like that when it's your day off and you fancy laying and your missus is going, come on, it's 12 minutes past 9. You need to get up because I've got to change the bed.
Yeah, that would be a living
No,
nightmare.
you need to get up because I need to change the bed. No, sorry, but I'd like to lay in. No, it doesn't work like that. I've got OCD.
We have to ask you.
Jesus.
As she cleaned everything and polished everything, did she polish your helmet regularly?
I tell you what, she gave a good blowjob, but not the best.
Oh, terrible.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be complaining about it so
mate.
much.
I did bring it up, I will be fair. Right, I will say one thing though, it's just gone 1 o'clock. We've been going for 2 hours.
Oh my fuck, is it that?
Look a bit, turn your mic off. There's a lot of noise, please.
At least it's not porn.
It's Spider-Man on the PS4.
Wait, I don't have a PS4. I have my PC and my Xboxes.
So you can't play this. Sucks to be you.
No, but I don't care because I can play stuff on the PC and I can do.
I've got an Xbox.
I've
got an Xbox.
Two. Actually, I have three.
Mine's in the fridge.
I've got 4 Xboxes. I've got my Xbox original, my Xbox 360, and for some strange reason, I have 2 Xbox Ones. But one of them is technically pubs.
Well, mine's still got the eggs in it.
Yeah,
Xbox. Yeah, I've seen that sketch as well. I've seen that sketch. Yeah,
always fun. Right, lads, I'm going to kick you all to the curb, and I'm going to get myself in bed.
Let's chill. Can we all chill ourselves one at a time?
We can all chill ourselves. I will go through the list of who I've got on my list. So first is me. I'm going to call me. Hi, me. Buy my shit. Don't have to, actually. I'm not too bothered. Next, Light Source, but I don't think he actually makes videos. Do you?
Who?
Monochromatic Light Source.
Oh, right. No, I don't. I like watching people who've made videos and commenting on them. And
well, in which case, is there anyone you want to shill?
Yeah, okay. I'll start with the Casual Spaceman, and then Curve Pimp Hendowski, and then we'll go for the Drunk Monkey.
You're supposed to shill here.
The whole lot. They go the lot.
Yeah, I'll go for Jim,
one person
Jim Bojo. Yeah, and I can't see who the other one is with the green thing. He's switched his mic off at the moment.
I think you've missed the point in this monochromatic. You're supposed to kill someone who's not here, who isn't going to get a chance to shield themselves.
All right, I'll go for. In that case, the person who's very underrated, yeah, but he does get smashed in the face a lot by the Flurfers, is Sean Hawkins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sean Hawkins is.
Do you like a Sean Hawkins?
Awesome.
You wait until mine and Sean's collab comes out. We are gonna fucking. I don't think after we finish with him, I don't think you're going to see Danny Pratt anymore.
Well, to be fair, I like seeing Muttley's face when he comes on and all the stuff that he comes up with, because actually it's quite funny. It's somebody who hasn't quite got a grasp on reality, and the last one where he bent that plastic tube over the and couldn't work out why a piece of metal couldn't stop on top of it. I thought that was rather funny.
That was ridiculous.
I'd love to be able to do my own debunking and do a presentation, but I think there are enough people out there at the moment who are doing it a very, very good job. And one day maybe, but at the moment I'm just content to support you guys in doing your job. When we were talking about JM Truth and when he was doing his military service, I'm the sort of guy, the blanket stacker, sat at the back there, who I'd hold your coats while you roll your sleeves up and get in with the dirty work.
Fair enough. Right, we'll move on to Casual Spaceman. Go on, shill yourself, be quick.
Right, Casual Spaceman. I said before, the 25th? What day is that? Tuesday? Is it something like that? I don't know.
No, I have no idea. I don't even know what day it is today, mate.
25th, I'm covering the Falcon Heavy launch. It's always a good thing because it's got 2 boosters and they both land at the same time, and the other one lands on the ship. But it's all good fun. It's really good to watch. So come and watch me. I'm covering that live. I'm hoping to do a debunk by the end of the week, this week or the weekend. If I don't, then it might be Monday. And then next week, I'm going to be on Mission Control News. Going to be covering about the what the hell is it called now? The Sun Probe. Tell me what
Parker.
Yeah, thank you, Parker. Went out of my head for some reason. So going to be doing a bit of an update about that as well. Not a whole lot to update about it, but it's kind of fun and there's some stuff going on with that. So look out for me, and that's me. So thank you very much.
Patreon.
What's that? Yeah, thanks very much for reminding me about that. I'm hoping to make this actually my living. Hopefully at some point or other. I've got a Patreon account running as well, so go to my channel. It'll be on the videos there, link there. If you can support me, any kind of amount each month will help me, so please, if you can support me, I'd appreciate it. That's me.
Hey. Right, look a pig. Anyone you want to shill out?
So there's this very special vlogger on the channel Chatterbait. Essentially, her name is Rosie. Make sure to check her out, give her a couple dollars, and make her vibrate.
Oh dear! Thanks for that, Looker Pig. AT2 Productions, you're my next on my list. Anyone you want to shill apart from yourself, or just yourself, or whatever?
Well, of course, for those who aren't familiar with myself, my channel is actually coming close to the 900 subscriber threshold. Hey. Come on, people. Let's see if we can get it to 1,000 this month. That would be outstanding. And also, I do have the alternate channel where I do the motorcycle-related content, which I did have a delay on the video release from last week because in personal life, I am in the process of moving, which fucking sucks. First time I've moved in about 5 years, and I remember why I didn't want to move ever again, but unfortunately, circumstances had other things to say about it. But that other channel is AT2 Moto.
I don't think I'm subbed to that one, so I'll make sure I put that on my list. If you want to stick a link in the chat, you're more than welcome.
I am pulling that up now.
Cool. If it doesn't get approved, if any of the mods see it before I do approve it, I'm not sure if AT2 is approved or not.
Can I jump in there for a minute, Barman?
Oh, go on then.
I just want to show AT something that's in my living room.
Oh, quick, go on. Because we need to get down this list.
Can you see that?
Penis.
No.
Hang on.
No.
It's talk.
How can I see the barman?
It's I see the stuff in the background trying to. Oh,
that's a shame.
Okay, now I see the. Wait, 500 Triumph?
No.
Norton Commando?
No.
It's hard to tell from just that part of the seat.
I'm sorry if you can't see it, but that was a Kawasaki Mach 3.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I've got it in my living room, right in front of me.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying my Scotty. Yeah, I'm actually already geeking for another one. It's like, okay, but no. Other things have to be paid for first. Gotta keep your wife happy.
That's one of the disadvantages of being married, isn't it?
Yeah, but at the same time, when I went to start shopping for the bike, and we had some things come up, I'm like, well, we have this money set aside that I was going to put for this. She's like, no, you are not touching that money. You are getting your bike. We will figure out everything else another way.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
That's a good wife. Fair play. Right, Jim Bojo, you're next on the list. Give yourself out, Swire.
Oh, okay. Well, look, I'm Jim Bojo. I interview people. I need people to interview, actually, for skeptic subjects and flat earth subjects. So if you fancy being interviewed for about 20 minutes on stuff, get over to my channel and leave me a message or something, because that would be pretty good. In terms of shilling for other people, Rider of Dinosaurs, that guy's amazing. He's kicking out loads of content. You should all go and look at him.
Come in tonight.
There you go. That's it.
There you go. That's AT2 if he wants an interview.
Well, he's welcome to. By all means, but the man's, a busy chap. I'm sure he doesn't.
Fair play, and he's moving.
Jimmy Bojo, it's about time we got our interview up and running, isn't it, mate?
Well, yeah, absolutely. This is the thing. I like people to volunteer instead of going out to try and force them too much. I want people to step in and say, I want to be interviewed.
I'm ready for it, mate. I'm ready for it. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that,
Absolutely. That'd be epic.
I don't mind one day.
Right. Kurt Kemp, are you still there, Squire? I can see some blueness.
He's hoovering.
He's feeding the globe eggs.
Oh, sorry, guys. Didn't catch it there. Yeah.
That's all right. Would you like to shill yourself, good Squire?
Yeah, let me show myself, but I'd also like to show for Sean Hawkins, because that guy, as brutal as he is one of the best small YouTube channels, and he deserves the attention.
He does.
As far as myself, the baby glow bags, guys, I think a lot of you guys have seen it. If you haven't, take a look at it. Have some fun with it. As you guys know, I troll a little bit. I got a couple troll characters out there. I have fun with them. You have fun with them.
Very good.
Fair
Right,
play.
last but not least, Jut Monk, the drunk monkey.
Yay!
Kill it out.
Well, all I'm going to say is, right, if you're easily offended, don't watch my channel. I don't hold back. You know, I'll call a tosser a fucking tosser. But I will say the same. I will go down to Sean Hawkins. I love Sean Hawkins. And I'm doing a collab with him. And I tell you what, we're going to smash it. And I can't wait for it. I'm really going to put the effort in. It's going to be brilliant. I know it is.
Yeah, man, that'd be fantastic. You two together, it'd be like matter and antimatter colliding.
I know. And we're picking on the ultimate Mr. Fuckwit Pratt.
Oh, fucking Pratt.
Right, so that's it. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. If you aren't already subscribed, check out a channel called The Shill. There's a group of us on there. We make a lot of very funny videos. We live stream every Saturday night at 11:15 GMT, which is 2250 UCT. Yes?
No, that's
22:15 UCT.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, UCT.
So, yeah. And yeah, thank you very much for coming. I can't believe people actually stayed here for 2 hours. That's quite amusing. But thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you again soon. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Thank you very much for having us, mate.
Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.